Welcome back to the show, everyone. You know, if we take the anecdotal evidence from our workplace, this has been the worst allergy season ever.
It really has. And joining us now to tell us what you can do to combat allergies in a natural way is our favorite naturopathic physician and certified prolotherapist, Dr. Heidi Rootes. How are you, Dr. Heidi?
Good, thank you.
Hi, Heidi.
So, first of all...
Has it been bad?
Yeah, has it been bad?
Yeah.
The weather's been warm. So since February, allergies have been a big problem for a lot of people.
Because I'm not usually one to be affected by a lot of allergies, but this year I've had, and everybody around here has had the classic just watery eyes, the sneezing really early on.
Really itchy. I've had more people come in for treatment of allergies since February this year than I've ever had before. It's insane.
I also don't like to take allergy medication from the drugstores because, you know, it's like cold medication, makes you feel weird and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, and it just suppresses. So what are some of the natural things that we can do to make allergies less bad?
Okay, so when you think about allergies, what you want to think about is your immune system is overreactive. So it's reacting. So you can suppress your immune system, but then you've got to suppress the immune system. Yeah.
And then you get a cold and the flu.
And then you're just sick for the rest of the year. So what you want to do is you want to modulate your immune system. So you want to decrease the inflammation in the body and support your immune system. So there's two main things that you can do, and sort of my focus in my practice is working with the immune system and working with the lymphatics. Now everyone's different. You know, stress is definitely going to throw you one way, so you can work with the adrenal glands, but the lymphatic system, which is your waste removal system, which nobody knows
waste
about
removal, that's sexy.
Yeah, isn't that hot?
I don't have one of those.
No, of course you don't.
No, I don't.
Not in front of pretty doctors.
So are we short-term, long-term?
Yeah, so I have a few things I can tell you that you can do as an alternative to some of the drugstore stuff, but again, we're just palliating symptoms with these things. This year, if you're already in it, you're just going to have to work with your symptoms. The big thing is to be prepared for next year, and if you can get on top of it and have your immune system strong and your inflammation down and your lymphatics flowing, you're going to not have to worry about your allergies.
Okay, let's start with short-term for people that are struggling now and didn't compare the lymphatic.
I just think vitamin C is a great thing. It's a natural antihistamine, and I love the emergency pack.
The emergency one is great because it's got the vitamin B in it too, and it also doesn't have a ton of sugar like the old school ones. It's yummy. It's like pink lemonade.
Oh, you can give that one to kids.
Oh yeah, you can give it to kids. There's actually one just for kids.
Nice.
So there's a whole bunch of different flavors, and basically you name it, you can get it.
So basically bumping up your vitamin C is a good idea.
Yeah, and it's a natural antihistamine. So what it's going to do is it's going to bind those cells called the mast cells. Mast cells are a component of your immune system that can contain histamines. So when you are allergic, when you have an allergic reaction, your mast cells are really leaky and they're leaking histamines out all over the place. That's what gives you the watery eyes, the itchy eyes, the sneezing.
So that will help.
So it's a natural antihistamine.
That's why it's called antihistamine.
As is quercetin. So quercetin does the same thing. It helps decrease inflammation in the body and helps decrease the histamine release. So this is just a nose spray that you can use.
This one here is the nose spray?
That's a nose spray.
You know you've reached a point of desperation with your allergies when you start using nose sprays.
Yeah,
that's when things are bad.
And once again, these are the short-term ones. And what's this guy here?
This is my favorite. To me, this is like the golden pearl of all short-term. It's an immune modulator, so it's a plant sterol. So sterols are a component in plants that help modulate the immune system. So if your immune system's overreactive, it's going to bring that overreactivity down, but it's not going to suppress your immune system. So this is my go-to for acute symptom relief.
And Heidi, I know you do weird things with socks.
This is going to involve cold sock and all that stuff.
So I just brought my socks to show you. The other thing you can do is a nasal lavage. So if you don't like the idea of putting stuff in your nose, you can actually just put salt water in your nose.
Is that what a neti pot is for as well? A neti pot's
the same thing. So what I tell my patients to do is I just give them a little syringe and I tell them to make a solution with warm water and sea salt and lay at the back of their bed with their head turned back so that their nostrils are up in the air and just push the water in.
That sounds fun.
It's okay.
It's fine.
You might not want to do it on a Friday night.
Well,
Tuesday.
If people get into that mode, I mean, it's miserable, right? Your head's stuffed up.
You'll do anything.
You can't feel like you're thinking straight.
Now, what do you do with the socks for people who don't know your little weird trick?
This is just to help you breathe easier at night because it's really hard to sleep when you're all congested and you mouth breathe and you get dry. And then it's just awful. So they're called wet socks. So basically, you take your cotton socks and you put them in ice cold water. Wring them out, put them on, throw your dry wool socks over top. And what it does is it's really simple. It shunts all the blood down to your feet. It's called hydrotherapy. So the coldness on the feet brings the blood down, and then your sinuses will drain, and you can fall asleep. And your feet will warm up in 2 minutes. It's great if you have a cold as well.
So when my wife does this, I know I'm getting lucky.
Yeah.
As soon as she pulls out this system,
it's such a sexy setup.
I'm like, holla.
Now, what do
I
we
go
got?
grab my neti pot, get on the end of the bed. It's a good time in the Eckford
TMI. What is this?
So that's the fish oil. To me, this is the kind of...
Okay, so wait, we've moved into long-term,
So now we're going
right?
to move into long-term.
So
this is
at
some
what
things...
point in the year should you start dosing up on this stuff?
So I do this all year round. For me, an omega-3 fatty acid is the #1 supplement that everyone should take, just because we're all deficient in our diets. Really, fish is the main source of your omega-3 fatty acids, nuts, avocado, but we just don't get enough, and we get a ton of omega-6 and a ton of omega-9. So you need a ratio of 1 to 3 omega-3 to omega-6. Does that make sense?
No, I can't do math,
So 3
but awesome.
times more omega-6 than omega-1, and we get so much omega-6.
Is it best to do these in liquid form?
Yes.
Yeah, and you have demonstrated before on the show, and I tried it and it didn't taste gross. You can actually put it in a smoothie and it doesn't taste.
Yeah. And you need 2,000 milligrams of EPA a day to be anti-inflammatory.
So once again, what point for the long-term stuff should you start doing this to suppress your allergies?
If I was going to start working, so this is going to be lifetime things that you're going to be doing. But if I was going to be starting to work for my allergies next year, I'd start, you know, in the beginning of the winter.
I'm a
support
little
my immune
scared
system.
of this.
Now, I have had this done before by
Yeah.
Dr. Heidi because I trust her.
This is fabulous.
This is vitamin B injection, so it's basically an IV.
So it's an IV of vitamins, so it's really great for supporting your immune system. So if you're one of those people that tend to get sick a lot, then you're going to have an immune system that's probably more susceptible to allergies. So throughout the year, once a month, coming in and getting a vitamin push, and it takes 15 minutes, and it's got vitamin C, so I put a high-dose vitamin C in there, calcium, magnesium, all the B vitamins, selenium, and zinc, so really supportive to the immune system.
And I came to see you for this because I knew I was getting sick, and I do it whenever I feel like I'm getting really sick. You know, you can tell, and it can really help your body fight things.
Exactly.
Yeah, you talked about how good you felt after you had this.
Yeah,
I did.
Exactly.
Not the needle going in necessarily.
Okay, well, no. I mean, there's always
really
a
nice
little pain
one.
to...
Really nice little needle.
Just a nice tiny one.
Sound like a doctor who's
just
about
like a
to
little...
poke you. Okay, now what's here?
So this is just an example of how I food test people. So another thing that's really important is taking away the things that cause inflammation and create your body to be more compromised. So a big one is food sensitivities. And it's just a finger prick. So all I do is I just prick the finger, and then we just test the blood, and I send it off to the lab, and it comes back with all the top 95 foods basically that people react to. All the different grains, including gluten, which is a big one for a lot of people, dairy, all the vegetables, all the fruit, meat.
And I had this done, and I didn't realize how much having a few key things in my diet was affecting me, and how much better I felt taking them out.
Your system's going to be compromised if you're constantly bombarding it with something that it doesn't like. So if you can take out your food sensitivities, then your body's just going to be stronger for the year. But there are a few foods that actually promote mucus and congestion. So the biggest mucus-forming foods are...
Don't say cheese.
Dairy.
Oh.
Don't say red wine.
I wasn't going
to.
Good.
Oh, good.
Dairy.
Martinis?
Not martinis. Bananas.
Really?
Yes. We're okay with bananas?
Yeah.
Bananas are very, very, very phlegm-forming. Soy is a big one.
I hate
Citrus.
the word phlegm. Makes me gag.
Yeah.
I hate the word forming. I don't know why. What was the other one? Okay, bananas.
Banana, citrus, soy, dairy, and wheat.
Soy, too. That's surprising.
Soy is a huge one. Citrus. So everyone that's allergic to dairy or sensitive to dairy switches over to soy, and sometimes it can be just as much of a problem for some people. Now, this doesn't test allergies. So an allergy is something that happens right away, anywhere from immediate to 4 hours after you eat something. You're usually pretty sure about what those things are. This is more of a delayed onset hypersensitivity reaction. So it's anywhere from 4 hours to 4 days after you eat a food.
So if you're feeling low,
you're like, I don't know what's going on, but it could have been 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So it can
Sometimes I eat a banana, and the phlegm that forms, I tell you.
Mike, you are one sexy man. DrHeidiRootes.com is where you can find out where you can see Heidi at her practice and find out more information about all this great stuff.
We're also going to be at it's Naturopathic Medicine Week next week, and we're going to be at the Wellness Show down at the Convention Center.
Perfect. So
if people want to have more
Heidi.
information, they can come down and see us.
She'll inject you with one of these kids. Always a good time. We're going to take a quick break.